This is a short bite episode of Homeschool Together. Hello and welcome to Homeschool Together Short Bite Edition. We're going to continue our series today on the Early Learners games.
First games,
a series that we've been doing. Definitely check out the show notes on the website. You'll see all the early learner games that we've already covered. We're in about 3 or 4 of them now. Really fantastic way to get your kid into those first few games. And this game is probably as basic as it gets. I
think this should be the first of the first games.
This may be the pre-game to the first games.
Yeah,
it is it's really early. Nibble Munch Crunch. Mm-hmm. Ariel, what does Kitty eat? Fish.
Yes, we play this a lot with our 2-year-old. She just turned 2, so Nibble Munch Crunch is another Haba game.
Created by Anne-Marie Volka, and it has art by Elke Broska.
Yep. So this game is just this is a 2+ game. It is totally perfectly suited for a 2-year-old. Our daughter just turned 2 a couple weeks ago. Yep. So she was like prime time. She started playing this a few weeks before her birthday. And it's like on the most basic of levels and kind of helps your child just understand some of the basic concepts of playing games, taking turns, just really simple stuff. So the book walks you through a couple of things. So first is just free play. Just let your kid play with the pieces.
And we've done a lot of that.
We've done a ton of free play. These are really sturdy. So the game has got 5 different tiles. They're really thick cardboard tiles. They could stand up to a lot of abuse. We know our daughter's been playing with them quite a bit.
She has.
And so
these 5 and then heavy wooden tile pieces.
Right. So you have 5 tiles that are each a color and with a texture that correspond to one of the foods, and then you have 5 more tiles with a cutout for that food. So the one you're holding right now is a cutout with a carrot.
Yep.
There's one with cheese and one with fish and one with a dog bone. And so there's the colored tiles, and then there's the ones with cutouts,
and then there's the texture for the vegetable.
Right. So you can
whatever item it is. Yeah.
Right. You can put the texture card or the colored card. You can put the one with the cutout on top of it if you want and see it. They also have wooden pieces that fit within the cutout, and then you have some more tiles that have the animals on them. So the whole idea is that you're pairing up animals with the things that they eat. Hence the Nibble Munch Crunch title.
Cute, beautiful artwork. Super cute, like you would imagine right out of a kind of a children's storybook or something of that nature. Really cute, like the bunny we're looking at right now. Black and white bunny, really cute and playful. The carrots, really cute.
It really spoke. Our daughter wanted to play with it immediately. Yeah. So the rules suggest to do first let them just free play, get familiar with the pieces and what they all are, and then once they've had a chance to do that, the next thing would be playing a game of trying to figure out what the animals eat. So you put all of the tiles around the table, and you put the animals face down, and when you pick up an animal, you have to find the wooden piece that goes in the cutout, and then find the associated tile of that texture that goes with it, and then move that up to the animal, and then make eating noises. Right. So that's the kind of the first game. And I really like about the instructions is it actually gives you a dialogue of what you need to say to your child, which I think is great because I struggle with this a lot. You're really good. You're very imaginative, and I'm not. So this says, oh, what animal do you see here? So ask the child, what animal do you see? The child names the animal on the card. If they get it right, praise them. If they don't know what the animal is, gently prompt them and help them in this way. Next question. Ask your child this.
They do a lot of scripting for you.
It's so nice though. Thank you, Haba, for doing some scripting because I don't know what to say at this age. I'm like, good job. That's a carrot. I'm not good at this. And so I like that they give us some prompting of what to do. So that's the second game, just cooperatively getting all of the animals to get their food. And then the third game is kind of a memory style where everyone has a food in front of them and they have the texture card and the animals are all turned upside down and you have to flip them over and put it with its associated. You're trying to find the one that matches your your food in front of you. So there's kind of a memory style game that would be a competitive, whereas the other is a cooperative. But it's all just it's very simple, and that's it. That's the game. It's just really high quality components, nice wooden pieces and nice thick tiles, and teaching your child how to, connect the dots.
Connecting the pieces, I think, is the big thing, and just getting them into playing. And we've talked about using games as manipulatives, and it's actually funny that Haba has actually designed this to be played with, and to be used in that manner.
Our kids love to play with games,
and for us, because it's kind of one of those things that they're not able to do free play with them. We don't let them do free play with the games until they're a little bit older. Like, our older daughter can pull down any game she wants and play with it as long as she puts it back. But the 2-year-old does not not get free play.
But she wants to,
but
right?
She does.
She wants to actually play with the game pieces, not the way they were intended to be played with, but just to play with them. We have
especially one that comes with any games that come with meeples, like a kind of a Carcassonne type of thing, where they want to put people all around and everything. This is a great example of being able to use the game as a manipulative, and they actually encourage you to do that, which I think is a great thing. And I wish games, especially that are targeting early learners, we kind of covered a couple weeks ago, we covered Barnyard Bunch, being able to use those type of games as manipulatives. I wish early learner games would be able to kind of fold that in a little bit more and actually make that part of their learning, kind of a learning or exploratory phase. That I think that's a cool thing, and I'm glad Haba was able to do that here with this game. Full disclosure, Haba did send us this game, but again, our reviews are our own. But this is a fun early learner game, and you cannot get any more basic than this.
Yeah.
You cannot.
I really like it. I hate when games for young children feature, like, it's all paper and super flimsy cards and stuff. So all your mass market games that are just like, even I remember we bought our daughter lots of different, memory type games because she liked it. There was like some Frozen ones and different stuff when she was still in preschool. And
they did not hold.
Yeah, like none of them, because they're just so cheaply made. I actually threw out our copy of Candyland yesterday because the game board had been ripped in half.
We'll be sending your game schooling medal in the mail.
I was like, we had it. Somebody gave it to us, and so we had it around, and it was fine. But the kids were using the Candyland people in one of their other games. The game board was ripped in half. The cards no longer held up. It was like, just recognize that young children need sturdy components in their games, and I appreciate that the way that this game is made, it's made for the kids to play with it. It's funny, the moment that you drop our older daughter off for her now it's her 2-day-a-week camp, the younger one, I can hear her. I'm in the office, I hear her come in through the garage door, and she's like, games? We play games, Daddy, games. And I'm like,
play hippos, play meatballs. Meatballs is Play-Doh, because that's all we make when we play with Play-Doh is meatballs. Play meatballs, play games.
Yeah, she wants to play games. And I can hear her.
Play animals, and animals is Nibble Munch Crunch.
Right. She wants to run in. She wants to play games. And it's okay. It can go at her. I was playing this with her earlier today, actually. It can go at her frantic pace.
Very frantic.
She's very frantic. She's only 2. And so she's like, she gets really energetic, and she's slapping things around, and she's trying to fit things in the wrong way.
Yeah. And a lot of times when you're playing games with these younger kids like this, you cannot be so into the rules and how to actually play it, because a lot of times, I'm going to be honest, it's just her saying, Kitty, eat the fish.
Oh, yeah, it
Kitty,
was so
eat
funny.
the carrot.
Kitty,
Kitty, eat this.
She was like, she put the bone down. She was like, you eat, num, 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 num. You eat, num, num. And so there's a little bit of a puzzle-ish aspect of fitting the wooden piece into that opening, which is similar to very early, wooden puzzles.
And it goes back to the thing that we've talked about a lot in the past, a lot of these game playing things, it's the game. If it's not being played as a game and it's being used as a manipulative, is inviting you to have a discussion and to encourage your early learner to do other things. Like, oh, well, what does the froggy do? And what does the doggy do? What do you think the doggy eats? Oh, I think he eats this thing, right? It stimulates more thinking, but also when you do that, I notice it brings the frantic level down.
Right, have a discussion.
Because you're having that discussion and you're engaging in the play. Even though we know there's a boxed limit of about 3.5 minutes on playing something like this with a 2-year-old, it does invite that moment where you can begin to have that discussion. Again, verbal skills, literacy, active literacy, hearing words that they understand, expanding vocabularies, playing with tactile things, passing and playing, flipping things over, asking questions, getting responses,
matching, taking turns, colors,
all of those things. You may not get all of those in the 3.5 minutes, but you might be able to get 1 or 2 of them. And the next time you play, you might try something else. And again, it's really exploratory. It's really, try a little bit over here, try a little bit over here. And eventually, as their patience, gets better and better, you have begun to have them experience the various aspects of game playing through the manipulative playing with these games. And you may even, for a very brief moment, get them to actually play the game, right? In a backhanded, parental mentor way to actually get them to do that. But that's part of the struggle of getting these early learners to play the games. And I appreciate Haba being able to make something like this. So the game is Nibble Munch Crunch by Haba. Go out and get a copy and, entertain your 2-year-old.
Yeah, no, it's definitely right up a 2-year-old alley. Thanks so much for joining us today and making us a part of your homeschool journey. Please engage with us on social media. Join our Homeschool Together podcast group on Facebook and find us at Homeschool Together Podcast on Instagram. We'd love to hear your feedback, questions, and recommendations. Until next time,
happy homeschooling!